Sam, if you had superpowers, what would you have?
To shut up neighbours' children.
That's fair enough. I think I would have the ability to instantly boil water. I wouldn't go too over the top. And then I'd open a tea shop.
Mark Ruffalo coming up. Hello, I am Sam.
And I'm Ian.
And we welcome you to the latest episode of One Credit After Another, a show where we dive into the career of a filmmaker or actor and their latest project. Mark Softalow's jilted brother, Mark Ruffalo, has a new film coming out, and this one has great power and responsibility. It's Spider-Man, Brand New Day, also known as Spider-Man 4, also known as Spider-Man 9, also known as Spider-Man Y. The premise is this.
Is it though?
What?
I think this is in demand. I think people will be watching this film.
Well, we'll find out when we talk about box office returns later.
Let's do it.
The premise is this. Following Dr. Stephen Strange's spell at the end of the film Spider-Man No Way Home, the world has forgotten that Peter Parker exists. 4 years later, Parker anonymously protects New York City as the hero Spider-Man and investigates a powerful new threat while his superpowers undergo a surprising and potentially dangerous evolution. That is quite a premise.
Is that from IMDb?
No.
No, would you come up with something else?
That's,
You just invented it. No.
no.
Sony's website.
Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
Ian, can Spider-Man offer something fresh after an enormously successful run that has lasted more than a decade? And will Mark Ruffalo still provide the intelligent charisma that has defined his time as Bruce Banner, also known as the Hulk? So, we're on to career to date. Mark Alan Ruffalo was born in 1967.
That's such a normal name.
It is actually, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Well, anytime you see Alan, you're just like, this guy comes from a humble background.
Humble.
Ruffalo was born in 1967 and grew up in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Ever been?
Never been.
It's meant to be very cold, apparently.
Okay.
Growing up in Virginia, Ruffalo excelled at wrestling as a teenager before him and his family moved to California after he finished school in 1986. It was in California where Ruffalo began to find his feet as an actor. He wrote and starred in his own plays as part of a theatre company before making his TV debut in Summer Playhouse at the very end of the 1980s. The 1990s saw Ruffalo mostly appear in bit part roles in independent and studio films. These include The Dentist, Safe Man, and the Ang Lee Western Ride with the Devil. You love Ang Lee, don't you? And you love Westerns. Have you seen this?
I feel like this has gone under the radar.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No,
I didn't even
never
know.
heard of it. While making...
I thought the only Western he'd done was Brokeback.
No.
Clearly not.
No. We'll have to put this on such a ranker at some point.
Definitely.
While making do with bit part roles in films, Ruffalo began a collaboration with playwright Kenneth Lonergan. In the year 2000, Ruffalo earned acclaim, starring in the Lonergan film You Can Count on Me. The film earned Ruffalo award recognition and established himself as a promising actor in Hollywood. After a spell appearing in romantic comedies, Ruffalo found himself in more serious territory, with supporting roles in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Collateral, before appearing in the David Fincher classic Zodiac. 2010 saw Ruffalo's career reach new heights, with memorable supporting roles in The Kids Are Alright and Shutter Island. Ruffalo would soon make his first appearance in his most famous role to date, playing the character of Bruce Banner in the MCU film The Avengers. Ruffalo has been a mainstay in the MCU, appearing in 6 films overall. During his time as Bruce Banner, Ruffalo has excelled on the big screen, earning rave reviews for Begin Again, Foxcatcher, Spotlight, and Dark Waters. This success makes Ruffalo one of the great stars of 2010's cinema. The 2020s has seen Ruffalo earn further acclaim despite the MCU declining in quality and meaning. He has appeared...
That's a bit harsh.
That's
a bit brutal, that one, Sam, if I'm going to be honest. It's true.
Am I wrong?
No,
Thank
it's
you. He has appeared in the highly successful Poor Things, along with the well-received Mickey 17 and Crime 101. Along with Crime 101, 2026 sees Ruffalo appear in a further 3 films, including the highly anticipated Spider-Man: The Same Old Day. Right, we're now on to list of previous films. Ian, take it away.
Take it away. Okay. What should we say? Ride with the Devil. When was the show that was? That was early 90s, right?
Well, it's the first one we've got on our list, and it's his. Well, I would say he doesn't particularly have a massive role in this film, but he's in an Ang Lee film in the 1990s. This was a few years after Sense and Sensibility, which made Ang Lee basically a huge director in demand. So it's basically his biggest appeal of the 1990s.
Okay. So would you say you're familiar with anything he's been in the 90s? Because I can't honestly say that I am.
No. Well, he kind of the 90s was more, as I say, bit part roles, but he was a big theatre guy because Kenneth Lonergan is a hugely successful theatre.
That's not a bad person to
theatre director.
I was going to say it's not a bad person to kind of become chums with.
Yeah, so he kind of learned his trade on the stage, as many famous actors have done. But yeah, Ride with the Devil. What was your first? What was the first film you saw that made you jump up at Mark Ruffalo? Like, what was the first film that you can actually remember him being in? Because I think mine was probably Collateral.
No, I remember him from Eternal Sunshine.
Have you seen You Can Count on Me?
No.
Because this is one of those sort of like classic independent films that is like, oh, that's where he made his name.
Okay. I think I saw the trailers for it. I think it was one of those things that was played in school. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, whenever before you used to break up from school or something like that, people used to play movies in the background. I've got a funny feeling that was a thing. He's got a bad like cast and stuff. He's well cast, but I can't imagine he has a huge role in it. But
you count on it. This is his first starring role.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the film that basically like announced him to his potential. That still took a long time to kind of like flesh out. Because I suppose his 2000s kind of gave hints to like the star power that he would show in the 2010s.
Yeah.
Because I think he's really good. Have you seen it In the Cut?
I've not seen In the Cut though.
It's a film made by Jane Campion.
Oh yeah.
Who obviously made The Piano and Power of the Dog.
Yep.
And it's kind of set back her career for a long time because it's very, very erotic and it's got Meg Ryan in it. And Mark Ruffalo, this is when I think he was trying to be more of a serious actor.
Okay.
Because he kind of established himself in the McConaughey essence of just basically being a rom-com guy in the 2000s. Probably the most famous example outside of McConaughey of basically being like a rom-com star, but still trying to like find his feet in more serious roles. But yeah, how would you define his 2000s, I suppose?
I think he has a great 2000s. I think in terms of, when you consider the amount of people that we've done on One Credit so far, and their 2000s are kind of where the career takes a dip.
Yeah.
For Ruffalo, it's kind of like that. It's more like making like mind space. Like people were aware of him. Yeah. Right? It's like people have to...
He's that guy.
Oh, he's that guy from...
Yeah.
And I think he spent a lot of the 2000s doing that. Like, oh, it's the guy from 13 going on 30. Oh, it's the guy from... Rumour Has It, so on and so forth. Modest hits, but they're enough to gain traction with a younger audience.
Yeah. Is it kind of like, I'm trying to think of like Harrison Ford before Star Wars, where it's like, oh, he's that. It's funny looking back on the career and what they were doing.
But I would say it was
their big
a bit
breakthrough.
Like Natalie Portman before Star Wars.
Natalie Portman.
Well, they're saying that she did Leon, didn't she?
She did do Leon, yeah.
So who would it be? It's like a modest middle-aged actor. Who had a slow progress that was in kind of rom-coms. Bradley Cooper? Because up to that point, Bradley Cooper would have done things like Wedding Crashers and all of that lot before then he got his big break in the Hangover movies.
Bradley Cooper's a good one.
It's quite a good, like, again, appealing to younger audiences, broad comedy, let's get my face known, and then let's go for it. Let's be famous after
maybe
that
we
point.
should introduce a category called like latest breakthrough age. Because Mark Ruffalo, let's think about it. I mean, we'll get to the Avengers in a bit, but he did not
get famous for a while.
He did not become like a big star.
The fact that he's in something from like the late 80s and and had a 90s career, but neither of us are clearly aware of it.
I think it was his mid 40s when he became the guy.
Yeah.
I can't think of many other examples of that. I always think of like Tommy Lee Jones. I couldn't name you a single Tommy Lee Jones film before like 1992.
Okay.
And by that point, he was like in his mid 40s.
Yeah, it's the same with like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart and all of that lot. Didn't really do anything past a certain point. Didn't really do anything until they became famous in their 50s.
But yeah, I mean, obviously 13 going on 30.
Yeah.
Probably one of the...
I think that's the big one. That's
Yeah.
like the equivalent of, say, someone being in something like Mean Girls or something like that, right? 13 Being Over 30 was a big thing, and it resonates with a lot of people. So actually, Ruffalo, and he has the famous dance scene.
Yeah.
So it's something he can recreate, and Jennifer Garner's good in it. So it's like, there's a lot going on
Yeah.
in that sphere. I think it's a good film as almost to get you recognised. Do you know what I mean?
Collateral.
Collateral.
Yeah. Probably the earliest example of a film where I didn't know it was Mark Ruffalo because he plays a very like different character to what you would imagine he would play.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the sort of more memorable deaths in a film.
Yep.
What was the film that you would say would make you think, right, this is the guy who's going to like set the 2010s alight? Would you say like Zodiac?
Yeah, because I think that's where he really gets to start to stretch, and it goes into that wheelhouse of like really intense. Like it's not just serious; it's intense serious, because he can do that really well. So I would say Zodiac was when I started kind of paying attention to his stuff, because up until that point he was just a side character, or he was the interest in a rom-com, or Eternal Sunshine is a weird role as well. He's one of the doctors in that, and it's just, but he's like the idiot one, if that makes sense. Like he's the idiot doctor. It's like it's so out of type of him where he is now with it, right? So I would probably say I started paying attention from Zodiac, but that's probably because he was part of an ensemble, like a stupidly good ensemble. And that, I think, is actually what would then perhaps go on to start to define Ruffalo.
Yeah.
In that he really excels in a strong cast.
Yes. Well, speaking of strong casts, we have, in 2010, we have The Kids Are Alright, which has Annette Bening and Julianne Moore running the show. And then we have Shutter Island, which obviously is a Scorsese film with DiCaprio, Ben Kingsley. Really, really strong cast. I think 2010 is basically where he sets the tone. Because both films, I mean, he's really, really good in... Again, he's not the star, but he has really memorable supporting roles in both films. Do you like The Kids Are Alright?
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
He plays like a laid-back stoner.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably closer to his real-life persona than any other film.
Okay.
Because in real life, he seems just like incredibly chilled out and would probably just like to spend the day like on the sofa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a brilliant like chat show persona. Like him and Graham Norton has like produced some of like the funniest stuff. Have you seen the one with Josh Widdicombe?
No, I don't really watch a lot of it.
It's hilarious. He basically like destroys Josh Widdicombe on the show.
Ruffalo does.
Just like out of nowhere, just says something. And then he says to David Schwimmer that he's never seen Friends. And they play off that really well.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely love Shutter Island.
Yeah.
We've talked about this on Such a Ranker.
This was a ranker. Yeah, we had this on ranker.
Well, spoiler alert, this won the ranker?
Yeah, you have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really good performance. And then obviously we've got The Kids Are Alright, which is also very good. Date Night. Which I always feel like films like this are like a favour. Like he's doing Steve Carell a favour.
Like, we'll just chuck him a little bit of cash.
Yeah.
And he'll be all right. We'll get Mark Ruffalo in it.
Right, we're on to the big one.
And then the big one.
The big one.
It's really interesting because when you look back on it, you're like, why pick Mark Ruffalo for this role? And then when you look back at his 2000s, you kind of go, yeah, I can kind of see it now.
I suppose a bit of context is important. So he was cast for the Avengers to play Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
He was.
But we already had a Hulk film with Edward Norton set in the MCU.
Yep.
What happened there? And do you remember this casting being announced where Mark Ruffalo would be coming in? And do you remember like a reaction of like, is that going to work?
Yeah, people have been like, not really sure how it's going to happen. I remember the big thing at the time, there was a big question mark over it, but at the same time, it wasn't a huge question mark because they were still arguing as to whether or not the Incredible Hulk was actually part of the MCU canon. Everyone will still always argue now that it started with Iron Man, and technically it didn't, because Downey Jr. as Tony Stark turns up at the end of the Incredible Hulk talking to Norton.
Yeah.
So there is that connection there, but they seem to have then completely rebooted it.
Yeah.
At the time as well, no one really knew what was going on with Norton and the House of Marvel. So in terms of like the machinations of it, how involved he wanted to be, because Norton is quite notorious for wanting more control of the production than most actors normally get. And so I think a lot of the Incredible Hulk in that he took on quite a producer role, should we say, within that. Whether or not that rubbed some feathers the wrong way or something like that, who knows?
Yeah.
Or ruffled some feathers. And then that was it. And then I remember then this was being cast and it being like, okay, that's fine, because again, it was a weird transition for that character. It's the rules around Marvel at the moment is that Universal own all the rights to a singular Hulk movie. So Marvel cannot make a Hulk movie. They can have Hulk as a side character and as a secondary character, which, as we'll see looking through his filmography, that he will appear in everything, almost trying to force Universal's hand, but they cannot make a Hulk movie. So that then ties up the rights in a really weird way, because Universal still technically, I don't know when, but they must have like a lapse on their contract at some point. There hasn't been a Hulk movie, unless there's not been a Hulk movie since 2008.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, it's kind of lost at sea. Like at some point, the rights have to revert back to Marvel, and then they can do it. Or they've got a secret deal going on the side to just kind of say, we're going to use the Hulk for everything.
Yeah.
And perhaps they get a bit of a payoff whenever the Hulk is in something. Perhaps they give Universal a bit of cash or something like that. Who knows? But it's weird. It's a weird, there's a weird economics there around how the character's working. But from the other weird standpoint is just how much they seem to be leveraging Mark Ruffalo from now on.
Yeah.
Like from 2012 onwards.
Yeah. Well, I would say that Mark Ruffalo's performance and the character of Hulk is probably the biggest surprise of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of heart.
Yeah.
He brings a lot more heart to the character. But it kind of works. I mean, it's always been quite dramatic, the Hulk films that I've seen. There's the Eric Bana one, which is very soppy. And then the 2008 one.
The Ang Lee one. Talk about a weird connection to Ang Lee, apparently. The Ang Lee Hulk with Eric Bana is a very odd movie, in as much as you wait 2 hours before you even see the Hulk. It's a really long time. It then is just this odd, like you were saying, like a human piece that then turns into a superhero thing. But the superhero is actually, like, the villain is just this old guy that can turn into different material and can go across the planet as different materials. So you've got the Hulk basically just jumping a lot to go to find this guy who's now a rock, and then he's now a piece of, is now water. And it's like, who are you even fighting?
I just remember him jumping a lot and hurling tanks.
Exactly, right. And then jumping around San Francisco.
Yeah.
Right.
And then 2008's Hulk, it doesn't really have a lot going for it. I mean, Edward Norton's not bad, but the film doesn't really do his version of Hulk much favours.
Yeah, the stuff they did with Abomination is a bit all over the place. Tim Roth is massively underutilized.
Would you say the character of the Hulk just doesn't work as a film? He is the ultimate part of a team kind of character, a bit like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and I think for me the Hulk, at least cinematically,
less is more.
Yeah, and I think like cinematically, there's also this whole thing where he can work as like a bit of an anchor. He can be a good guy, he can be a bad guy, he could be somewhere in between.
Yeah.
So you can fit him in as different roles. And then you also have the juxtaposition between the Bruce Banner character and the Hulk.
Yeah.
So Bruce Banner can turn up in every film, like as like a different version. Like he seems to be turning up in, like, just to kind of link this to the new Spider-Man movie, he is going to be turning up in this in a weird, in like a weird kind of slotted in position, because I feel like him as a teacher and someone who then Peter Parker goes to more fits the role of, so there's a character in Spider-Man lore called the Lizard.
Yes.
And his human counterpoint kind of works as that kind of professor that Peter Parker
Dr.
can
Connors?
go to. Dr. Connors, yeah. Who he can go to, and it's almost like a bit of a, not like a father figure, but like a someone to look up to.
Yeah.
He kind of, from the trailers, it looks like he's kind of trying to do that role.
Ooh, do you think...
But again, this is the whole point of the juxtaposition, where it's just like, actually, he can turn into the Hulk, and then the Hulk then is the villain part of it. Do you know what I mean?
Is this going to be a Spider-Verse thing where Mark Ruffalo is actually playing the Lizard?
No.
And we've been...
No, he's in the trailer already as the Hulk.
I haven't seen the new trailer.
He's in it as the Hulk, so we're good. And it's still attached. That Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, is still attached to that Marvel universe. Okay. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think obviously the Avengers becomes this absolutely enormous success and basically elevates Mark Ruffalo's career from that time onwards. Really good performance by him. really brings a lot of maturity to a sort of comic book film.
Yep. Excellent exposition man as well.
Yeah.
He can just give away all the plot as Bruce, and then he just transforms as the Hulk, and then literally doesn't have to do anything but smash.
Has he got the most famous line in the film with "I'm always angry"?
That's kind of, I feel that that's quite synonymous with the actual character though as well. It's written so well.
And Puny God.
And his whole, the whole way that he's introduced into that movie as the Hulk. I mean, before that, he's been in it before that point, but as he becomes the Hulk to fight off all the invasion,
Loki's insect things.
Yeah, Loki's army, should we say? It's such a good moment in the film. It's such a good moment. And it encapsulates so much of it all at once, and he delivers the line really well. And it's such kind of like a, Bruce, what are you going to do? We need the big guy. What's going on? And it's just it's just such a cool moment.
Should we just go through the MCU films, the rest of them before delving into his other projects?
I think so, because this is where you actually start to see a bit of a. This is where Ruffalo's done a good... there's a lot of actors that do this, but Ruffalo now manages from 2012 onwards to balance this huge, mega blockbuster franchise with incredible performances in drama.
Yeah.
So he's got this, he bounces between the two of them really well, and he balances it really well. What he does, though, on the MCU side of things, and again, this is probably outside of his control, is he then turns up in everything. In everything. He's got uncredited roles in things like Iron Man 3. He's then in Age of Ultron. He's in Thor Ragnarok as one of the pinnacle characters in something that is technically a Hulk storyline. That should have been a Hulk standalone movie. Sakaar and what they do there is a Hulk storyline.
Yeah.
But they've made it a Thor movie. So then you come away from Thor Ragnarok, in which then at the very, very beginning of Infinity War, he's beaten up by his Hulk version is beaten up by Thanos, and then you then go into Avengers Endgame. But then after Endgame, he's in then more stuff. He's in Spider-Man. He's in
She-Hulk.
He's in She-Hulk, the TV show.
Yeah.
So he just appears in mocap doing the Hulk everywhere.
Do you like the direction that they took Hulk from those early sort of more mature, adult-orientated performances to sort of a comedy side character from Thor Ragnarok? Do you think Ragnarok was kind of a blessing and a curse for the direction of Hulk?
I mean, you can say that, I think, about most of them, though. If you...
Well, you can say about Thor.
This is what he did with Thor, right? You completely changed that character. So going into Endgame, you get very different versions of all of these characters. But I think there's an evolution to the Hulk character, at least cinematically, so that there's more empathy towards that type of character, because they obviously you have to evolve them. You have to make them go through some sort of character arc and so on and so forth. If every film was the same, in which at any given moment Bruce Banner could turn into the Hulk, and then we have to have a Hulk battle with the Hulkbuster armor and all of that lot, that for me is kind of the pinnacle of all of this. Is once you have the Hulk against the Hulkbuster within a universe in which the Hulk is essentially the good guy, you can't really take it much further without him becoming the villain. So at that stage, it's just well, what do we do with this guy? We still need him because Bruce Banner is still one of the smartest guys in this universe. So we still need him. And we still need the Hulk because technically he can still fight everyone. What I do find interesting, but they had to do it. They had to do it for the purposes of the story, is how do you take something like the Hulk and you depower him? So you have to massively de-escalate all of his powers in order then for the villains to get any traction. It's the same way as what they do with Thor. Is that these guys are bigger than anything, any threat on Earth, but it also needs to their power level then needs to come down to the same level as the human characters. Otherwise, someone like Captain America is pointless, right?
Well, that's essentially 4-1, isn't it?
Yeah.
They just turn him into a mortal.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So there's always that whole thing of well, what do you do? This guy is like a god. How do you bring his power level down? Or you make him obese. Apparently that's what they do in Endgame. Well, not apparently, we know that's what they do, but apparently that's a way to kind of level off the power in that movie. Do you know what I mean? It's it's that type of thing where it's just right, well, how do you scale the power in a way that kind of makes sense? Or you just chuck them off planet. The whole point of Thor Ragnarok is that he's basically not there for the whole of that phase of movies.
Yeah.
He's in Thor Ragnarok and then that's it. But otherwise, in between that, it's a bit well, if the Hulk was there or if Thor was there, then Civil War wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And that's what they wanted to do is you put Hulk on either one of those sides, that they win.
Do you think it's a massive shame that we haven't had a Hulk standalone film with Mark Ruffalo, or is that a blessing in disguise?
I think personally it's a blessing in disguise.
Me too.
Because I think otherwise you end up just retreading stuff.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Brand New Day went down like a lead balloon. That didn't have Ruffalo in it, but that is essentially a Hulk movie where the Hulk is the villain. Is it Brand New Day?
Brave New World.
Brave New World. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Brave New World is a disaster of a Hulk movie because that's him essentially becoming the Hulk. It's a Hulk movie without Ruffalo in it.
Yeah.
And retreading those earlier movies where it's like this guy then is just green with anger and then he bashes everything, right? So in terms of what they needed to, that was a really interesting litmus test for, do we actually need a standalone Hulk movie? Because in theory, Brave New World, that's it. Brave New World is kind of like your textbook Hulk movie in that sense. And it kind of failed.
Yeah, true. Well, with Ruffalo spending the last 14 years playing this character, he has established himself in many other films, many other genres. We'll go through a little list now.
I was going to say the other tributary then, like we'll go down the other one. So we've gone down the MCU. Now we'll look at his drama line.
So we've got Thanks for Sharing.
Yep.
Now You See Me, Begin Again, Foxcatcher, Spotlight. Now You See Me Too. And Dark Waters. So that's when he's still playing Bruce Banner on a regular occurrence. What's your picks? What's your standouts?
Well, Spotlight.
You love Spotlight.
I love Spotlight more than anything in the world. It's one of my favourite movies. Sat on the edge of my seat throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's dark. Don't get me wrong. It touches upon. It's not an easy watch.
No.
But for me personally, again, this taps into that ensemble cast thing.
Yeah.
Ruffalo is so good in this, but he's elevated by everybody else in it too.
Yeah.
Like the ensemble is so good.
Well, it was a huge Oscar hit.
Yeah.
Won Best Picture.
It was also the topic and debate for the Oscar for ensemble cast to be introduced.
Yes.
It carried on that conversation around the idea that there is not one person in this cast that is any better than anybody else in this cast. So why can't we have ensemble cast as an Oscar?
I will say I think you're the only person who probably holds this film to a high standard. This is the kind of film that disappears.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
After a while.
Yeah.
I would imagine most people, if you said what's Spotlight about, they would be like, I can't remember that.
I have no idea. Yeah.
I mean, the subject matter plays into that because it's quite gruesome.
Yeah.
But really, really good performance, really good film. I am not a fan at all of these Now You See Me films.
No. They lost me as soon as they went CGI magic. I then couldn't see the point of the movie. I was like, the whole point, I remember the first trailer for the first Now You See Me come out, and it was like, oh, look, it's magicians, we're going to do magic, and it's going to be like, and I was like, well, okay, let's see what real magicians, like, how do you weave this into a narrative? And then it went really CGI, and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. Like that's the hook, because we're walking out of Avengers movies here. Yeah. Like that's who you're competing with when it comes to CGI and magic and stuff like that on screen. Like, unless you can show me something where I'm sitting there going, that's cool, and they actually did that.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's it. But it then just took, bank robbers.
Yeah. What about Dark Waters?
Do you know what? I never saw Dark Waters, but I saw the trailer enough that it made me feel like I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I saw the trailer and was like, this is just basically Erin Brockovich, but more sad.
Yeah,
more sad and paranoid.
And it was, honestly, the trailer played before everything. So when this came out, I think.
This is
probably about 3 or 4 months before. Yeah, it was just before
COVID film that I remember.
And it literally, they ran the trailer for this. This was just their trailer spot for months and months and months. So by the time it got to the film, it was like, no, no.
Yeah, it's got good reviews. It's one of his better sort of like leading roles.
I also think it's currently on the BBC iPlayer.
Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of his. I mean, I mentioned in the introduction about his 2010s. It established him as one of the great stars of that era. Would you agree?
Yeah. It's not a bad run.
Yeah.
It's not a bad run. Like, if you say the 2010s, and we always say this, like, what is a good run for someone? Like, what is the stuff that kind of keeps them in mind's eye? What's the stuff that earns them their cash and, gives them their kind of weight in the industry and stuff?
Yeah.
His 2010s are pretty good for that. Like, it's expert kind of managing the blockbuster franchise and his ability to spoil those blockbuster franchises in interviews.
We haven't even talked about that yet.
Stuff, but his ability to be able to kind of, that was funny. and it kind of drove like a lot of his appeal.
That's his character, and the kids are all right. It's just that's him. He's just basically just. I mean, I don't know if he's a bit of a stoner, but it gives off that vibe by how chilled he is. But the 2020s. I mean, looking at this, there hasn't been a huge amount in the early 2020s.
He's done a lot of TV. So in the last couple of years, he's done. I think is it a show called Tusk?
Yes.
I think that's one of the big ones that he's been in, and he also did. I Know This Much Is True.
Yes.
And I think he played like 2 characters.
I can't hear that without trying to go. This much is a true.
I have no idea what you're singing.
Spandau Ballet.
Oh yes. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But I would say that his big film of the 2020s...
Task, not Tusk. Task.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a Kevin Smith film, isn't it?
Tusk is the Kevin Smith film.
One of the most horrendously miserable films.
Do you know, you've said this in so many podcasts now. Every time it's references like that, it's just terrible.
Yeah, it's just dreadful. Poor Things.
Poor Things.
The standout film, I would say, of his 2020s.
What a weird role, though.
I would say that is probably, if I were to look back on the 2020s, that would probably be my favourite so far of like the entire
2020s
of the whole decade.
Really,
the premise is absolutely insane, and only I can never pronounce his name. I'm carrying on my trend of not pronouncing Greek names. Yorgos Lanthimos. Yeah, that premise should not work in anything, but he works it out. Emma Stone is phenomenal in that film. And Mark Ruffalo, it might be my favourite film. One of his most comedic.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, brilliant film, brilliant performance by everybody in that film. Can't praise it enough. You liked it?
I like Poor Things, yeah.
That was also a big Oscar.
Big awards one.
Emma Stone won basically everything for that. And then we've got Mickey 17, which I haven't actually seen, but that's the director of Parasites. That's his first sort of big American film.
Boon Joon-ho?
That's the one. And then we've got Crime 101, which you have mentioned on The Real Project before, and you weren't glowing about it.
No, it was fine.
Okay.
It's just a fine action thriller.
Yeah. And then, obviously, we've got the next film, which is Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Sounds good.
Reflections and questions on Mark Ruffalo's films and career.
Okay, cool. What should we go with? Should we start with the Empire reviews?
Empire reviews.
Okay.
Best and worst. What do you reckon his best reviewed films are?
I'm going to say best is Spotlight. I'm going to say his best is Poor Things. I'm going to say his best is... I reckon he's going to have a few 5 stars in there.
We've got 3 5-star films.
Okay.
Can you name the 3? If you get them all right, you get a prize.
Spotlight, Poor Things, and... Infinity War and Endgame.
Which that's 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Take one away.
They're going to have given Endgame 5 stars. So I'm going to go with Endgame. Endgame, Spotlight, and the other one, Poor Things.
So we've got 4 stars for Spotlight.
Are you joking? Wow. Okay.
So that's got 4 stars. His 5-star films are Avengers Infinity War,
okay,
Avengers Endgame,
okay,
and Poor Things.
Okay, so I nearly got them. So
close contenders, we've got Collateral with 4 stars. You Can Count on Me, his big breakthrough film, got 4 stars. Ride with the Devil got 4 stars.
Okay.
We need to see this
go
film.
Back and see it, yeah.
A Ton of Sunshine, 4 stars. Zodiac, I think I said Zodiac. And Shutter Island got 4 stars.
Unbelievable.
What is his?
So, should we do Empire anymore? Should we just stop doing Empire and move to something else? Let's do Guardian reviews or like independent reviews.
No.
This is hurt them.
Look, Empire. It just rolls off the tongue better than Guardian. What is his lowest rated film? I found
Dark Waters. I think I remember getting really mixed.
So we've got 2 films that are the joint worst in his career. What do you reckon? One you might get, the other one you won't.
I remember Dark Waters going completely under the radar. I remember people saying, yeah, it's actually not as great as it could have been.
What, Dark Waters?
Dark Waters.
Yeah, but that's been quite well received.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should
I tell you what that got?
Yeah, go on then.
That actually got 3 stars.
Okay.
But it's not the lowest.
It's not the lowest. So he does have films in his filmography less than 3.
So he's got he's got 2 films that have a 2-star rating.
Okay.
One I think you should probably get, and the other one I just don't think you'll get it in a million years.
Something like Date Night or something like that?
No.
Go on then, surprise me.
So the first film is Rumour Has It,
Okay, fair enough.
and the second film is Now You See Me Too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, they didn't like Now You See Me Too. Wow.
2 stars those films achieved.
Okay.
Awards recognition. He has been nominated for 4 Oscars, Mark Ruffalo. He has 0 wins. But he has won 2 Emmys and a Golden Globe.
Okay.
There was a massive push in the mid-2010s for him to get recognition.
Mid-2010s, I like that. The mid-2010s.
Did I say that?
Yeah,
Mid-2010s.
we're doing that. Write that down.
Okay.
Mid-2010s.
There was a big push for Foxcatcher. We didn't really talk about Foxcatcher, actually. That's a brilliant film. That's one of like Steve Carell's like big serious dramas.
Yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo plays a wrestler.
Yeah.
Harping back to his early career in that.
That makes
field.
those scenes a lot more authentic when he's like play wrestling.
Shannon
Well,
Tatum.
not play wrestling, but they're doing like the training.
Shannon Tatum also
Sublime in that movie.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah.
But yeah, awards recognition, 4 Oscar noms. Do you think he'll get it one day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it will be a career Oscar or whether or not it will be for anything in particular, I think he's bound to get it at some point.
Yeah. So what movies were on the path to superstardom? I mean, we've kind of mentioned it already with You Can Count on Me.
Mm-hmm.
Put eyes on him, and then The Avengers just kind of cemented him as a worldwide beloved actor.
Yeah.
Would you go that far?
Well, so I made a note on this one because I kind of thought to myself, actually, I think this is we can't ignore the fact that his 20 noughties were again, we'll use that. The 20 noughties were like a really good opportunity for him to get people knowing who his face is. Oh, it's that guy from. Oh, it's that guy from. I don't think you can ignore that, particularly when you were saying about what's path to superstardom. That is literally the path to superstardom.
Yeah.
So, Collateral and 13 going on 30 and all those that led up to that, you kind of like I can kind of see that it. So I don't think we can ignore that. We can't strike that from the path to superstardom.
We will need to do a whole episode on something regarding the 2000s romantic comedies.
Yeah.
And what an era that was for that genre.
We'll make it a Christmas special.
Okay. Does Mark Ruffalo's career live up to Adam Sandler or Natalie Portman's?
I think Natalie Portman is a better comparison here because she has done so much more serious stuff than Sandler. Because Sandler has been predominantly comedy. He has done serious roles, but I think like Sandler hasn't balanced blockbuster with other roles.
Yeah, but I think they're much closer than you think.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because they both kind of have comedic and dramatic roles in them. Adam Sandler just hasn't done it in sort of like a big blockbuster. It sounds stupid, but if you take away Hulk
take the Hulk out of this.
and the Avengers, they've had very similar careers.
I don't know. I think Ruffalo's done so much more serious stuff.
Adam Sandler's done a lot of serious stuff.
I don't think he's done a
overall,
lot.
he's done 5
serious things.
serious things. Natalie, I can understand where you're coming from, Natalie Portman. But who's had a better career?
I think personally, at the moment, I think it's Ruffalo. Aside from the fact that we established that Natalie Portman hasn't actually had a good career at all, are we actually kind of making that comparison?
We've now realised that she's actually got a fantastic career.
No, we worked. We during that podcast, we literally said that she peaked at Leon.
No, I think Ruffalo wins.
Yeah,
she's never been in a film better than Shutter Island.
No, I completely agree with you. Disagree with your next question, by the way.
Where are we?
Most collaborated person. I cannot believe you've put Kevin Feige.
Why would I not?
Well, because it's a bit of a no-brainer, right?
Well, that's just how it works.
If he produces everything,
we can't go against the facts of the credit. The credit is the key.
Credit is the key.
No, Kevin Feige wins. I mean, what would be the other? I mean, the other contenders would also be in Marvel.
Yeah, true.
Like Robert Downey Jr.
He's done Journey, and he's done Robert Downey Jr. outside of the MCU with Zodiac.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's an interesting collaboration.
Feige wins.
Yeah, it's true.
He's got 14.
That's fair.
To be honest, he's probably got more.
He probably does, actually. Yeah, it's surprising how uncredited
I will say
Ruffalo is in a lot of the MCU movies.
In the last 2 podcasts, you have really disrespected the producer. First, it was Emma Thomas for Nolan, and now Feige for Ruffalo.
That's fair.
You have no respect for the producer.
I don't know. I see most collaborating. It just feels like easy to go for producer.
No.
If you're mates with the producer, they're going to put you in their movies.
Rubbish.
Biggest
box office success and flop according to IMDb.
I mean, Endgame made what, like all the money in the world? 2.7 billion or something?
So, believe it or not, Mark Ruffalo appeared in Avengers Endgame and it made $2.79 billion.
Cool.
What is
and it's getting a re-release in September, so that might become $2.8 billion.
No, that would be $3 billion.
Do you reckon it's going to earn 1120 million?
Yes.
Because
a lot of
re-release?
people.
Do you reckon?
Because weirdos would be like, well, James Cameron.
120 million.
Yes.
For a re-release of a movie that came out 7 years ago.
Yes.
Doubt it.
You heard it here first, folks. Biggest flop.
Dark Waters, because that went into COVID.
Most money lost.
Dark Waters, because it went into COVID?
No. Mickey 17.
Oh, really?
That film lost $100 million, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fairly well reviewed, but horrible box office return. This was part of the big box office debate of 2024.
Well, when they said it wasn't going to recover,
because that failed. That Ryan Gosling film where he plays a stuntman failed. The
Fall Guy.
The Mad Max film Furiosa, that
Yeah.
was really good, but that lost about $100 million too.
Yeah,
there was like a big sort of like panic in Hollywood about all these big films flopping.
Yeah,
and this was part of it. And
Yeah.
So big disappointment.
So it was Bong Joon-ho. He did Parasite.
What do you know? You said that.
I think I did. I think I mispronounced it.
That's fine. If they were making a film about Mark Ruffalo, who would play them? This was really difficult. I've gone with Andrew Scott.
Okay.
Because it's literally the closest I could think of.
Yeah.
I did cheat a little bit and I went on the internet to just see anything. And the character that played Private Pyle in Full Metal Jacket, when he was younger, he looked a bit like Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
But now they look nothing alike. I mean, he plays, what's his name in Daredevil? The big, bold boss man?
Oh, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's his name? He's got a really cool name.
Kingpin.
Yeah. That is such a fantastic villain
Well,
name.
he's a Spider-Man villain as well. He's a Daredevil villain, but he's also a Spider-Man villain. So a lot of people were saying, when's he going to turn up in Spider-Man?
Is he appearing in this film?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that would be interesting if he does.
Because I think he's quite active on social media, D'Onofrio, and he was just like, when am I going to appear in a Spider-Man movie? Because he wants the bigger paycheck.
That man knows how to sell himself.
He does, doesn't he?
Could the actor... keep doing that.
I was going to say, Andrew Scott I think is a great shout. Do
you think?
I think it'd be quite good. Either that or I'd love it to be like completely random and it'd be like Downey Jr.
Downey Jr. could work. There's got to be someone. Mark Ruffalo is a good-looking guy. He looks very Italian. Matt LeBlanc?
Get the guy to play older than him.
Do you know what? If Mark Ruffalo became famous in the late... Well, let's say Friends carried on, Mark Ruffalo would have been a fantastic
he would have been
guest.
Paul Rudd, wouldn't he? He would have been a Paul Rudd.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd could work. There you go.
That's it.
Could Mark Ruffalo have done a better job than Tom Hardy in Locke? No.
No.
I put no, but
There's
yes.
not many. We ask this question every time, and every time it's no.
No, I wouldn't go that far. We've had some debates. Mark Ruffalo could play... I don't think he can do a bad job.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Tom Holland playing this role.
What, doing well, I mean, he is technically in it. He's technically in
True,
Locke,
but he literally is playing a
but
child.
like flipping
It's
it.
another film where he's playing a little boy as he's like being so. It's my last chance to be a kid. I'm like, you kidding me?
Literally. Like the pun.
Meant it. Any more thoughts on Mark Ruffalo playing Ivan Locke?
Could he do Ivan Locke? That's a really interesting question. I'm not sure if he could, but I think he could do like Locked in a Room for a little while, which makes me kind of see the but yes, like note that you've got on the script.
Oh, can I introduce another category?
You
Can we do? Could the actor have done a better job than Ryan Reynolds in Buried?
Buried. I mean, Ryan Reynolds was very good in Buried.
So good. That film traumatized me when that came out. I watched it before I went to bed. It's a terrible
It's
idea.
funny because Green Lantern traumatized me, so he's got a career of traumatizing people.
We've somehow not done Ryan Reynolds. on
It's 'cause he hasn't had a
anything.
film out for ages. He had Deadpool. That was the last one.
That's fair. What other fields?
He's kind of managing Wrexham.
That's
That's
so
his
weird
job
to
now.
say, isn't it? Yeah. Look at you doing a football comment. What other fields could they work in? We haven't actually mentioned it yet, but he has actually directed a film.
Okay.
He directed a film in the late 2000s that was very independent.
Okay.
I feel like he's got enough credit in the bank
Yeah.
to get back into directing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of astonished he hasn't done it.
Yeah. I think he should be. I think he should have a YouTube spoiler cast.
Oh, that would be so good.
Like, it would be so good if Mark Ruffalo is just there, just spoiling movies.
They should do a thing where if he even thinks about spoiling a film, he gets like an electric shock. Just seeing how that goes.
It's like a reverse Hot Wings. Like, is it Hot Wings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chicken show.
Yeah. Like along those lines, or he gets shocked whenever he spoils one of his own movies. By Kevin Feige. He's like, come on, I'm gonna just shock you off the side.
Why did you sound like David Brent in The Office? Unlikely collaborations. I've gone with Elon Musk. I've gone with Elon Musk and Mark Ruffalo appearing in an advert to promote X.
Fair. Yep. I went with Edward Norton's Hulk. Because I don't think
fair.
we're ever going to see that on the same screen.
That's not going to happen. Using AI, I'm almost certain that he will be a de-aged version of himself in a future MCU product. Thing is,
you can't tell me. This is the thing. De-aging in film has always been a version of AI.
Well, I will say, I randomly watched this clip on YouTube. There is is it Ant-Man 1 or 2? I think it's 2, where they have a past
they de-age
with Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Michael Douglas. Yeah,
and his de-aging is honestly the best I've ever seen.
Okay.
It's so he literally looks like how he did in Wall Street.
Yeah,
it's like mid-80s Michael Douglas. So I say using AI in terms of using that, but I mean that could kind of work anyway.
Yeah,
they have done that a lot. Like they've done a young version of Tony Stark, done a young version of Michael Douglas. Maybe they don't need AI to use that, but could I see Mark Ruffalo doing it? I don't really think I can see him using AI because he's very sort of politically motivated in that way. I think AI has such a horrible reputation generally with audiences.
Yeah.
So I can't really see him delving into that anytime soon.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll sell out. I don't
know.
know.
Could they make a film set in Tahiti or Yemen?
Well, I've put Hulk trying to escape without causing an international incident.
Or Bruce Banner stuck in Tahiti, Yemen while he's in the Hulk.
Oh, that could work.
So it's like a real like meta, like where is Bruce Banner when the Hulk is out?
Yeah,
he's actually on an island in Tahiti.
Can I just say that would actually make a really good name for like a Taika Waititi Hulk film? It's just Hulk
Taika Waititi
try not to cause an international incident. Because basically what he does in every film, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about just Mark Ruffalo and Edward Norton? Just on an island. Just on an island trying to like figure out their differences.
I think I would. Well, I don't think they have any differences. It's just I just can't see their two Hulks being on screen at the same time. Well, the strange thing has happened with Spider-Man.
Yeah. Do you think there's a small part of Edward Norton that thinks I could have got a lot more money out of just persisting a bit?
Yeah, without a doubt. Because if you look to see the stuff that he's done with things like Knives Out and this new film, The Invitation, with Seth Rogen and stuff like that, he's showing a much more playful side.
He's good in that film. I have seen The Invite.
He was good in Glass Onion. Is it Glass Onion?
Yeah,
Glass
he plays Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Did they earn the Dern? Well, Mark Softelow will have to have a word.
Mark Softelow is a little bit sad.
Right, final discussion on Spider-Man Brand New Day. I will say one thing. All the titles for the MCU Spider-Man films just get on my tits.
They suffer from... it's not really about the film, and therefore, whenever you tell me the title, I go, what is that about?
Can you actually name them? So Spider-Man Homecoming.
Then...
No Way Home?
No Time to Die. And then Goldfinger. And then Brand New Day. Is that not right? Yeah, it's Homecoming, No Way Home.
And No Way Home. But the thing is, the third film sounds like it should be called No Way Home.
Oh, is it not? Is that No Way Home? So what's the second one then? That's the one where they go to like Italy.
That's when
and
they go
stuff.
to Venice. Die Another Day? I don't know.
I don't know.
Literally, I'm not even going to bother Googling it because this kind of sums up the point.
Is it Speed 2 Cruise Control? Like, is it
Spider-Man
like
Cruise Control.
Spider-Man Cruise Control? Like, I still think that is the best title ever. So I think we said this way back when we were on the All Things Movies podcast. I remember saying that I genuinely think that Speed 2 Cruise Control is the best title of any movie ever, because you can apply Cruise Control to anything else, any sequel, and it makes sense. Mortal Kombat, Cruise Control. Spider-Man, Cruise Control. It's just like, yeah, this just makes sense.
Happy Gilmore.
Cruise Control, exactly.
I'd rather it be called
Lock, Cruise Control. Can you imagine that one? That's like apt. So what is the name of this damn film?
The new one's Brand New Day.
So Brand New Day. So hold up. So Brand New Day is the new one.
Yeah.
No Way Home's the one with all the Spider-Men, right? Because I assume No Way Home means that they can't go like literally home to their universe.
Ian, we're not Googling this.
We are. So what's the second one then?
We don't know.
Back in Action?
I've lost my list. Hang on. Why has it logged me out? Here we go. Hang on. Give me a minute. Don't look. Right, final discussion on the film. Well, we've already said that. What's your feelings towards it? Do you think that Spider-Man... Do you think he needs a new film?
Spider-Man? It's going to go on forever and ever and ever. They've got so much stuff that they can mine. I think the real trick to any of the Spider-Man is you have to back away from the universe-changing events that get bigger and bigger and bigger. He's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Just tell some stories in New York. People love Spider-Man.
They do.
So it's just going to earn, like, you just stop getting bigger and bigger and bigger and actually just take a step back, refocus, and then Spider-Man can keep going.
The overall success of the Spider-Man character since... when did Spider-Man 1 come out? 2002? Has been unbelievably good.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a few duds, particularly Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it's been a really successful run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I go into this film with no sort of, which is again a recurring theme with the MCU since Endgame, of like, I don't really care about the story, and I don't think I will care after.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
The cast, director, and crew involved. We've got Zendaya returning. The great Keith David appears, who's been all over the voiceover.
Far From Home.
Why?
Just because I had to know.
We've lost all authenticity.
We haven't.
We've also got Destin Daniel Cretton directing, and he directed Shang-Chi.
Okay,
so he's got a big film under his belt already.
Well, he's got an MCU film. I think that's even more important.
Well, Shang-Chi is, I would still say, is the best.
Best phase.
Not necessarily
27
the best,
movie.
but definitely the most interesting.
Okay, what would you say is better then? No, the most interesting version is the Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange, a film that I've gone into a lot of detail about in other podcasts. Yes. The Sam Raimi version. So Sam Raimi's Strange is a better movie than the MCU's Doctor Strange 2.
Fair. You'll get that cut one day.
One day.
No, I think it is Shang-Chi, actually.
Shang-Chi.
It's the one that actually warrants its existence.
It's the one that justified like how this movie house can keep making movies after Endgame.
Yeah.
It did a really good job at saying, yeah, guys, look, we can still do this. Then it dropped the ball.
Yeah. Which studio is making it? Disney. And predicting the box office return.
Yeah.
$1 billion easily.
Do you reckon?
I think so.
Yeah. I reckon it will make some cash. Do you know if No Way Home made the cash, right? Because that was doing something extraordinary, right?
The nostalgia.
I always imagine, so this is the thing, because it made something like 1.9 billion or something silly.
Well, it was by far the biggest COVID success story.
Yeah. The thing for me, though, and the thing that I worry about with Spider-Man is it the Fast and Furious 7 effect, right? Because it was so insane. It was like bringing all the Spider-Men back. Tobey Maguire actually agreeing to do this. And doing all the press tour and that for it as well. Like, Andrew Garfield Jr. he was such good fun in that movie. He's the best thing in that film.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield coming back because he just gave it. He just had fun with it, and you could tell he was having fun. I personally didn't like the film.
No,
I thought it was. I thought it was such nostalgia goggles that it completely and utterly undermined the kind of the blandness of the film.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like it. I remember saying at the time, I was like, "Oh yeah, this was cool," but I hated it because it was just like once it settled and the goggles kind of disappeared a bit. I was like, "Oh, this wasn't great." I wonder if it. My fear is it's got Final Fantasy VII. Fast and the Furious 7 vibes about it, where it makes a lot of bank, and the next one probably is going to cross $1 billion, but it's just not gonna do. I mean, I could be really wrong, right? By the time this episode comes out, this is going to earn a hell of a lot of money.
I think this will make easily. I think if it doesn't make $1 billion, Disney will be like, "This is a disappointment."
But another reason as well that I would say is we're getting Doomsday at the end of this year.
Yeah, but I think that will help its box office because people will be so like, "Well, I need to know what the end credit scene will be going into Doomsday."
That's true.
And everyone loves Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and obviously Tom Holland's Zendaya. That brings a lot of sort of like the younger generation in.
True.
And obviously Mark Ruffalo for us oldies. But that is it. Thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of One Credit After Another. We want to hear your opinions on the career of Mark Ruffalo. What would you rank as his career highlight? Can he eventually win an Oscar? And how many more MCU films can he appear in before he gets too tired? You'll find us on Spotify and Instagram for all you grammars out there.
You gramophones out there.
But we'll see you soon for the next One Credit After Another episode. Thank you.
Bye.